Today I'm going to be doing a video discussing the final villain in Fairy Tail. Now, when it comes to Fairy Tail, the main villain has been flip-flopping a lot. I mean, first, we thought that it was going to be Zeref, all because of the things that were leading up in the current Fairy Tail story. We've seen a lot of dark guilds. They were always worshiping Zeref. Their main goal was really to bring back Zeref. And we've seen a lot of the dark guilds. That's what their main purpose was. They wanted to revive Zeref, use his magic to basically destroy the world. So, for a long time, we thought that Zeref was going to be the end-all, be-all villain in the series. And then we got introduced to Acnologia. And with Acnologia, he was more just like a main boss. You know, we seen everybody feared Acnologia. The dragons, we know what Acnologia did to the dragons. He ended up massacring pretty much all of them, including Igneel. And we seen even Zeref himself was, I'm not going to say afraid, but he feared Acnologia's power to a point where he went and built a whole empire. So that just goes to show you that the main thing when it came to Fairy Tail's main villains it was really a toss-up between Zeref and Acnologia. And now, even with Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest, the new Fairy Tail manga, we are getting introduced to new groups of main villains that we haven't seen before, like the 5th generation Dragon Slayer, like Toka, you know, like even possibly the Water Dragon God. So there are a lot of different people who can go around and say that this person could be the main villain, this person could be the final villain, but the main person who I believe the final villain will be, or I guess you could call him an antagonist, depending on which way Hiro Mashima wants to take it, Gildarts. Now, I know some of you guys must be thinking, whoa, Underrated Mage, you're off your rocker, you lost it. This is the one that, I know you guys are thinking that, but just hear me out on why I believe Gildarts could be evil. Now, when we look at Gildarts' character, we know that he was absent from the guild from basically the whole time. I mean, Gildarts only really showed up when it came down to the clutch situations. But don't get me wrong, that's what made Gildarts epic. Gildarts is still one of my favorite characters, even though he wasn't on the screen as much. We've seen in Tenro Island, that's when Gildarts pretty much came and saved everybody from Blue Note. That was an iconic fight, Gildarts versus Blue Note. That was something special. And then, I'm not going to spoil it for the anime onlys, but let's just say that in this Alvarez Empire arc coming up, Gildarts is going to reappear. But the most important thing about Gildarts' character is the 100-Year Quest. Now, I know some of you guys might be thinking, what are you talking about? With the Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest new manga, we got a lot of answers early on. And I mean a lot of answers early on within the first couple of chapters. And one of the answers that we've been waiting for was Gildarts' experience. Now, we didn't get a full backstory on how Gildarts did when he was trying to complete the 100-Year Quest. And I'm using air quotes, obviously you guys can't see them, but we didn't get to figure out what Gildarts did on the 100-Year Quest up until now. Now, here's where things start to get a little bit spicy, because this is why I believe Gildarts could be the final villain. Number one, Gildarts refused to share any information with Natsu about the 100-Year Quest. Now, granted, he does want Natsu to get his own experience. He doesn't want to give Natsu all the answers, so I can understand why he chose to do it that way. But it's also a side of me that makes me think, okay, he's hiding something from Natsu. Whether it be good or bad, he is still hiding something from Natsu nonetheless. So that is what makes me think, okay, Gildarts, that's one thing. As a member of Fairy Tail, I get it. That's his master. He doesn't want to give away Natsu's. He doesn't want to give Natsu all the answers, but he told him completely nothing about it. And we see Natsu end up punching Gildarts for not telling him. That was a funny little comedic moment right then and there. But what if there's something on the 100-Year Quest that basically will end up breaking Natsu, whether it be good or bad? Like I said, maybe Gildarts wants him to experience that for himself. I don't know. But let's get into the actual real part of the theory, okay? Now, if you guys have been reading the Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest manga, you would know that Acnologia was somebody who was on the 100 years quest. Yes, this whole time, the Fairy Tail 100 years quest is basically looked at as a way to defeat the evil dragon gods. That's what the Asferosa, I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but that's what he told us. And we seen Acnologia was originally on that mission, and if somebody as strong as Acnologia couldn't even complete the mission, that just goes to show you how hard the Fairy Tail 100 year quest will be. But like I was saying, we figured out that Acnologia, he was the one that was the first person who was on the Fairy Tail 100 year quest mission, but for some reason he didn't get to finish it. They didn't really go too into detail. My guess is the 100 year quest was just way too hard and Acnologia couldn't do it. But we know at some point Acnologia basically stopped, and that's where Gildarts came in. Now, this is kind of a spoiler, but we found out that Gildarts, he was doing the 100 years quest wrong this whole time. Yes, Gildarts was doing the Fairy Tail 100 year quest wrong this whole time. And the reason how we know he was doing the quest wrong was because he attacked Acnologia. Yes, Gildarts attacked Acnologia, mistaking him for one of the stronger dragons, and we see where that got him. That basically ended up making him lose his arm. He barely escaped with his life. So, Acnologia, we know that if you think about it logically, he was kind of a good guy. Now, I'm not saying everything that Acnologia did was justified. No, no, no. Him killing Igneel is evil. Him trying to kill all the Dragon Slayers is evil. Even though he does have a good reason for it. We know that he wants to kill the Dragon Slayers just because he doesn't like dragons. Anything that has to do with dragons, he does not like. And that's understandable. But regardless of what you want to think or say about Acnologia, the fact that he took on the quest in order to try to take out the evil dragons goes to show you that at heart, he kind of is a good guy. Not kind of, he is a good guy. And the reason why it made me believe that Acnologia could end up being, or that Gildarts, my bad, Gildarts could end up being one of the final villains in the series is the fact that he fought against Acnologia while Acnologia was one of the first people to do the Fairy Tail 100 year quest. And the reason why I'm saying this also is because we saw what type of information Esteros, listen, I can't pronounce his name. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. The guy who started with the letter E, the first dragon, you guys know who I'm talking about. We saw what type of information he was giving to Natsu and the others. He was basically telling them everything about the 100 year quest from start to finish. He even told them about Acnologia and Gildarts. So this led me to believe that he must have did the same thing when it came to Gildarts. When Gildarts accepted the quest, I'm pretty sure he must have told him about Acnologia, about everything, unless he might have kept it a secret from him. Unless he did, I wouldn't know why, but I'm pretty sure that he ended up telling Gildarts about everything. And yet Gildarts, and again, this is all just theory, this is all just hypothesis, but yet we still found out that Gildarts, he still attacked Acnologia, even though he knew that Acnologia, or might have knew, that's what I'm going to say, Gildarts may or may not have known that Acnologia was on the 100 year quest, but there is a strong possibility of Gildarts knowing Acnologia being on the 100 year quest prior to him. So the fact that he still did attack him, knowing all this, made me raise my eye up a little bit. And not to mention the fact that Gildarts, we've seen that he's always been absent from the guild. Like, even after we found out he wasn't doing the Fairy Tail 100 year quest. Because while he was on the 100 year quest, yeah, that would have been a plausible excuse on why he started attacking, you know, why he was gone from the guild. But what other motives would Gildarts have to be away from the guild that long, other than probably plotting something else? And the reason why I wouldn't put this theory too far, the reason why I'm not saying that this theory is too far-fetched is because Hiro Mashima is known for trolling or plot twists. Some people call it trolling. I like to call them huge plot twists. And Gildarts being the final villain, to me personally, it would make sense too, because there are a lot of people who think that Gildarts is the Edolas version of Igneel. I'm kind of 50-50 on that, to be honest. I could see why people would say that, and I do think it would be dope if he was the Edolas version of Igneel. But I still don't know if they would go that far and actually make an Edelaz version of Igneel. I mean, they did do it for Grandini, so I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I just don't know if Hiro Mashima is willing to make Gildarts, make Gildarts be the Edelaz version of Igneel, because then that would kind of make Natsu like or that would make Kana Natsu's like weird stepsister in some way. But no, in all seriousness, basically, the reasons why I believe Gildarts could be the final villain or the final antagonist is because, number one, he already knows about the Fairy Tail 100-year quest. He's attempted it. Number two, he attacked Acnologia. Now, in the manga, they did say that Gildarts could have gotten him mixed up, so that's another thing that could save him from being a villain. But number three, it's his absence from the guild and his role towards Natsu, because if there's anybody in the guild who knows Natsu the most, I would think it would be Gildarts, just because that was kind of like his father figure towards him. We've seen that Natsu, he still does look up to him, so definitely do have to say that me personally, I do believe that there is a high chance of Gildarts being the final villain in Fairy Tail, and that could make for a major plot twist within the series. But that's basically it for this little video discussing who I believe the final antagonist could be in the series. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.